Hi, hello everyone. So in this video we will see how to use serverless framework to create Lambda function and API gateway and deploy it in AWS cloud without going into the AWS console. So what are the prerequisites for the same? First thing is you might have watched the earlier video where we have informed how to create the users and the permission, and we have already created a SLS program admin role in the AWS. So I strongly recommend that you install AWS CLI version 2. It is mentioned in this particular article how to install AWS CLI in your PC, and you go to the command line and create a directory. Let us create a directory. First SLS. So I get into the directory, and here I will use AWS CLI and use the configure command so that I can key in the access key ID and the secret access key, and also the region what I am using in AWS. I am using US West 1, and the output format I will be selecting JSON. If you haven't done so, please do it. Once that is set, what we can do is we can install serverless framework. The prerequisite for serverless framework is Node.js. The serverless framework itself is written using Node.js. So it is needed to install Node.js, and to install serverless framework, this is the command to install it: npm install -g serverless. I have already installed serverless framework, so I will not be installing again. You can install if it is not done so. And to check the version of serverless framework, you can use serverless version command. You can use serverless version command, and there is an alternative to use serverless, that keyword. You can use SLS instead of serverless. So to create a Node.js, to create a Lambda function using Node.js using serverless framework, we have a create command which can be used, and this create command helps us in creating the boilerplate with the particular language support in AWS. So let us see what are the things which are supported here. You can use --help along with the command, so that it lists out all the help information associated with the create. So you can see here we can use AWS Python, Groovy, Java, Maven, Java Gradle, and many of these particular languages. Today we will be using the Node.js as the language of our choice. So to do the same, we will be using the same create command. Like this: SLS create --template AWS Node.js --path, and we can give something like my SLS first, or something like that, SLS my service. You can give like this. So it creates a project in the name of SLS my service in this folder. So the boilerplate will be created with this name. You can see that it has successfully generated the boilerplate for the template, and we will get into that particular folder, and you can see there is a handler which is created in Node.js, and there is a serverless YAML file which is created, which gives the configuration for this server for this particular Node.js project. So we will open this project and take a look at the directory structure and what all it has created using code editor. So here you can see this is the YAML file which is created, and this is the handler which is written in Node.js, and you can see it returns a message like this. This message we can change it to test it properly. Like this. So here, to understand this better, I will be deleting all these commands which comes with the boilerplate. We will have only what is required for us to understand. We will leave this function as it is. So I have deleted all the commands which comes with the boilerplate. And what I will be doing here is I will be adding the runtime. Runtime is already there, so I will be adding the region, stage, memory size, and timeout, and the endpoint type, which are actually optional, but it is better to add it. So we are, and YAML file is very strict in the format, so we are using US West 1, and stage I have set to develop, and 128 MB memory size, and timeout is 5 seconds, and endpoint region, endpoint type I have set it as regional. You can set it as edge or regional, and this is the function handler.hello which came with the boilerplate, and we can see how it is getting mapped. So here the handler what we will be using is the hello method, which is here. So in this handler JS, this is the method which will work as the handler for us. That is what it means. So what we can do now is we can deploy this particular code in AWS using our serverless commands like this. First we will see where we are. We are in the proper folder. Okay. And another thing what I have to mention here is to create this as a proper Node.js project, we have to do init, npm init, so that it adds the package.json. Keep everything as default, so that we can go ahead and add the dependencies and things as like how we do it in the Node.js project. And now to deploy the same, we use SLS deploy command, and what this does is it converts the serverless YAML file into CloudFormation template, and it uploads to S3, and also it zips the current code base and uploads to S3 bucket, and then it starts deploying to the Lambda as a serverless. So here what you are seeing is it is creating the, you can see here it is uploading the CloudFormation file to S3, and it is also uploading SLS myservice.zip file to S3, and it is validating the template, and it is updating the stack, and then it deploys. So here what we achieve from this is we no need to log into the console every time and do the work manually by creating the API gateways and lambdas and mapping it in there. Instead of that, we can create this use this framework to create the project and maintain from here. So you can see that it has finished. Stack update is finished. What we can do is we can log into our console and check whether it has created the lambda function there. Yes, of course, you can see here my service dev hello. This dev is a stage name, and hello is the lambda function which is created, and it is my project name is my service. That is how it creates. And here our project, how it has created is, you can see this SLS my service dev hello. This is how we have given the name, and it is a Node.js project. And we will test this project. Give a even name. And you can see here hello serverless framework is what it has created. Now what we can do is we can create a API gateway as well here by adding the events to it like this. We will add the HTTP event, and path what we will have is hello, and method will be get. We will enable the course. So that we can access from anywhere. This should be in quotations. Yeah. So this is what we do here, and what we will do again is we will upload this, deploy this again using the command serverless command deploy. So again what this will deploy, this command will do is it will convert the serverless YAML file into CloudFormation template, and it validates it, and then it packages our source code as a zip file and uploads it into S3 bucket, and then deploys it as a lambda function and also the API gateway. Meanwhile, we can take a look at this package.json, which is almost similar to what we will get it in all the Node.js projects, and we can add the dependencies and things like that here. So our deployment is completed. We will go and check our API gateway. You can see here DEV SLS my service is created already. And you can see there is a get resource which is created, and it is going to this, going and connecting to this SLS my service lambda function as well. And in the stages you can see there is a dev stage which is already created, and you can see the get function which is created, and this is the URL which can be tested like this. Hello serverless framework. This is the output. So this URL, if we have Postman, we can check from that as well. Any REST client, you can check it. Since it is a get method, we can test it from the browser as well. And this is the output what we get. So that's it for today's tutorial. Thank you.